Hi everybody, it's Marcie. Oh gosh, I've had to change this because of the sun, and now you can see my pile of potatoes and onions and okay. Anyway, today is it Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday, and it is my second day with salmon recipes this week. I told you I went to Bob's. If you live in St. Louis and have not been to Bob's to buy seafood, oh my gosh, you have to go. It's the most amazing place. Freshest seafood. And there's a good story with this. The recipe I'm making today is macadamia nut encrusted salmon. It started off as this really complicated recipe where you had to roll it and then cook it, and you had to like wrap it up and cook it and roll it, and then you had to cook all the sides of it, and it was so hard, and it was one of my kids' favorites. So I changed the way I do it, and I do it more in a dish now. The funny story about this is Brittany was coming through, like I haven't seen my kids in so long, and she was going to be here one night. And this is what she requested for me to make. And I did not have time to go all the way to Bob's because it's about 20-25 minutes for me. So I didn't have time to go all the way there. So I got, actually it wasn't even salmon. I didn't realize it at the time. It was steelhead trout. So I used that. She took one bite. She said, "This isn't Bob's salmon, is it?" And she knew because Bob's is that good. So I'm going to show you what I do. I get a piece of salmon, and I'm going to show you how I cut it. Okay, so this also involves Provel cheese, which is my dog's favorite thing in the world. She would like die for Provel cheese. You can also use, come on, you can also use mozzarella if you're not from the St. Louis area and don't have it available. Okay, go on in. Sorry, she cannot be out if Provel is out, so. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this down and show you how I do it. So I've got this piece of salmon. The skin is still actually on. I've also chopped up a shallot. A shallot's a combination of garlic and onion, and oh, it's one of the best things in the world. So what I'm gonna do is slice this as thinly as I can. And I usually do this in a 13 by 9 dish. Whoops. But since it's just me, we're not gonna do 13 by 9 because that's a lot. I hope you can see this too. Okay, then I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put another little piece in there too. One day I'm going to have to make this thing that I found that they called it sushi lasagna. I thought that was a terrible name because it is not. It was layered sushi. But this is sort of layered too. Okay, so I've got a layer of that. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little of the chopped shallots on. Little bit of the chopped shallots. Then I'm going to add some Provel. Not a lot because Provel will melt and spread. You could also get the Provel or mozzarella shredded or slices, however you want it. Okay, and that should be good. Then I'm going to put some lemon juice in here. If you want to add salt or pepper, you can do that. I'm actually going to add a little garlic, but I'm not going to add that till I have the topping, till I do the topping. Okay, so then we're going to do this again. And for a 13 by 9 pan, it usually takes about 4 or 5 pieces. Wait, this is way too big for that little pan. Let's cut this in half. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, then some more shallots. Sprinkle those all over. A little bit more Provel or mozzarella. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do a little spurt of lemon juice because it does end up sitting in the bottom layer sits in the lemon juice, so then it's really good. Okay, cut another one. Okay. Here, I'm going to scooch this a little bit that way. There we go. I think I'm going to do, this is going to be the top layer. I'm going to do a little bit more. If you have a really good knife, this is so much easier. I hold the top and I can feel that there's definitely, you know, something between my hand and the knife because you do not want to slice it with this. Okay. This is the last layer. A little bit more shallots. A little bit more Provel. And now I will tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cook this at 400 for 10 minutes. That's another thing. It really doesn't take so long. And I'll put up a picture when it's done because I got to show you the next part because that is not everyone's favorite, but certainly delicious. And this is so much easier than the recipe. I changed it up from, let me wash my hands a second. Okay. Now, so this goes in the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. And like I said, usually it's a big 13 by 9 pan. Oh wait, I didn't sprinkle a little lemon juice on the top layer. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take some macadamia nuts. If you don't want to put out the money for macadamia nuts, I so don't blame you. You can use pecans. But I don't make it very often, so we splurge on this. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you. I've got my food processor with the metal blade here. Oh, except it's not pointing to that. With the metal blade here, we're going to pulse it. Sorry, it's really loud. Okay, now you don't want to turn it into macadamia nut butter because that is not what you want. And then I've got some panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to pour that in. So aside from this not being fried like in the original recipe, it's like I said, way easier. Okay, now I'm going to pulse that again. And I'm going to add a touch of garlic. Whoop, that was a lot more than a touch, but okay. And we have our topping. So after it's been in for 10 minutes, there we go. After it's been in for 10 minutes, I'm going to put this in and see, it's a real nice breadcrumb consistency now. I'm going to put this on top and we put it in for another 10 minutes. And I will take a picture when it's all done to show you what it looks like. Seriously, so good. And I can't, oh, tomorrow I'm making salmon fettuccine Alfredo. This is one whenever I go visit my niece or nephew and their families that they always want. So that's it for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.